All right, guys, what's up? I think we're good. Good on sound. I know I can see my microphone props off. I think he's still. I think he's still blurry. Um, Give him a sound check, Phantom.
You guys hear me? Oh yeah, I am blurred. I'm straight in Ghostland.
Yeah, I don't know why, dude.
I am like a I am a phantom now, for real.
We're hiding your identity.
That's right.
Uh,
Did it for 3 years, why not? Yo!
all right, guys. Props off. Figured out
Fly
why.
Tribe, Big Willie, Flanny. What? Got the
Props off.
crew in
Figured
here.
out. Props off. Figured out so people wouldn't be blurry, but people still blurry. So I don't know why. What's up, Fly Tribe? Thank you, Fly Tribe. They're giving away some stuff. What's
Oh,
up, Big
Alan.
Willie?
What up? Big
Technique.
timing.
Let me get the stream turned on my phone too.
Like I'm blurring it on purpose.
Dude, I don't know why. Like, I swear to God, it was good.
Billy! All y'all bros looking good.
We got a
All I
bunch
can
of
see is
people in here.
text.
Oily, Alan, what's up? What's up, Tobias? I about called you Tobias because of Miss Dawn.
King
Um,
Click.
King, what's up, that guy Grand? Billy Hackett, what's up? I think I got everybody.
Mags. Uh-oh. Think I'm out.
I didn't. They didn't. Props off. They didn't have to switch it. I switched it. I switched HD video, and it's not working.
Yeah, you said you guys worked for about an hour last time trying to get it fixed. We'll probably work through this for an hour.
Yeah,
I
I
look
don't know
I look
why.
better blurry anyway, so
Yeah, I don't think I can change it while I'm streaming either. Let me see. I'm not going to mess with it. He's blurry, guys. Sorry. Um,
it's like my flying. It's all blurry.
I think I'm blurry too, man.
Nah, you look clear.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
That's good. Um, I need to move my camera back a little bit. Um, all
I
right.
try. You got
Is all the audio good, guys? My microphone's too far away. I know that.
mic check. Mic check. Sergio, what's good? That's
Let me,
Fly Zone.
what's up,
Saw
Fly Zone?
Sergio.
What's up, Sergio? First off, hold on. Let me see what they said. I'm 1080p. I know. Props off. I didn't
Can you
have
yell
to.
that?
I didn't have to
Can you
call him
yell that right
props
now?
off because I changed it, and it was supposed to be good. Like, I emailed them. That's what they emailed me and told me to do, and then I did it.
Mic check. Oh, hold up. Here you go.
Audio's good. All right. Thanks, Tech.
Man, I'm left the chat.
All right. All right. We're all good with the sound. They said. Um,
I think I'm up.
let me double check something before I say it wrong. Um, Thank you to Fly Tribe. They are going to give away a. Let me double check.
I got to know how many people are keeping their Fly Tribe magazines like in the wrappers, untouched, like in a stack. First, I got to shout out Fly Tribe for hooking me up with the bags all the time.
Mine's
I'll
not.
be I'll
Mine's not in
block
the.
the.
Mine's not in the package still. All right, Fly
Oh
Tribe.
no!
They're going to give away the Billy Hackett one. Shout out to Billy Hackett and some battery
I
straps and
got Graham.
keychain. So thank you, Fly Tribe, and also we're giving away a Fly Tribe shirt also.
How do we get autographed copies of the Billy Hackett Fly Tribe magazine? That's the most important question this evening.
Billy, how much do we got to pay?
What's it gonna take? How do I get an autographed Fly Tribe mag? Making a hat.
Um, what do we got to do, Billy? For real, come to
Come to
Florida.
Florida, bro. Don't tempt me, man. Come back down to Sarasota and shred with you.
I might be.
That was a good time.
I might come to Florida this winter, Billy. I'll bring my magazine.
Team
Um,
trip, road trip.
all right. Well, I'm sure most of you guys, if not everybody, knows this is Phantom. He's definitely an OG. So I'll start out with my first question. I always ask, how'd you get into FPV, man?
Always wanted to fly. Back in the day, I've been in an RC ever since I was a kid, just kind of dabbling. And then when I got a full time job and could actually afford the hobby, not like the FPV hobby, but just like hobbies in general, I got into the RC, the collective pitch helis. And then I'd always wanted to like be in the helicopter flying around. And then FPV dropped like, you know, 2013, 2014, big, like commercially anyway, big time. And then as soon as I saw that, I bought a Whoop with the old, I can't even remember the name of the goggles now, these Fat Sharks. But as soon as I put the goggles on and flew that Fat Shark, the little Whoop around my house, I was immediately hooked. And from that day, I pretty much never put it down. So I think just a passion to fly had always been there ever since I was a kid, and then never actually flew. And then when I had the opportunity to put a camera on something that did fly and I could fly like an idiot and not worry about hurting myself, yeah, it was like a match made in heaven.
So did you see like who was the first person you saw like on YouTube or something?
I'll tell the very first YouTube videos I ever saw FPV were the guys racing in the underground garage, like the parking garage.
I thought you were gonna
They
say the
had like the
woods.
LED. What's that?
I thought you were gonna say the guys racing in the woods.
Yeah, that one too. I think it was the same group of guys. They were out of Europe. And the first one I saw, I think it was the parking garage, them ripping around the parking garage. And then I saw another one of them in the woods. It was like a rainy, dark day. But yeah, those were like the first FPV videos. But I'd already been flying FPV by that point because there wasn't a whole lot of content back when I first started flying. Everything was like figured out on your own. It was kind of miserable. Now you got like really great resources. Like everybody, including like Joshua Bardwell, all his resources. Like it's pretty amazing now for a noob coming into the hobby.
How
A
long?
lot of options.
How long have you been in?
Coming up on 11 years.
All
Been flying
day?
over a decade. Yeah, man. I picked it up at I'll say early 14.
I knew you were.
So early
I knew you
2014.
were an OG. I didn't know you were an OG though. That's freaking
Yeah, man.
cool, man.
I didn't start posting to YouTube till like 2018, I don't think. So I was gone. Nothing on YouTube for 4 years prior, and then I started posting about 2018. I think is when I started putting the first videos up on YouTube.
What was your first radio?
What do you mean?
Like, what was the first radio that you used to fly with?
Oh, the very first was a Voodoo out of Florida. I think they were out of like Melbourne, Florida, or Palm Bay, Florida. It was a Voodoo frame, Voodoo 250,
That's
and I
crazy.
stuck with that. Yeah, I flew that frame, and pretty much until sorry, you guys hear the laundry in the back? I pretty much flew that frame until I got on a QAV. No, I bought a Astro X. There was an Astro X that came out. I flew that, and then I got on the QAV train and started flying QAV. But I had a blackout. I had a handful of quads, but mostly that Voodoo quads frame. That was the first.
Yeah, that's some old school stuff, man. I didn't realize you've been in that long.
Yeah, man,
That's
long
cool.
time.
I was surprised when I had Zoe on how long she said she'd been in, but
Yeah,
I think you might be maybe longer than her. Maybe I can't remember.
yeah. I don't know how long she's been in.
She was a long time, man, but I don't know. 2014 is a long time too.
Yeah, I've been flying a grip,
So like
so
what?
pretty passionate about it. Too much, I guess. Some people probably can't handle the passion.
What? So like you became like, when do you think you became like the most, I guess, famous YouTube famous? You want to say whenever your dive, like the tower dive?
Yeah, that video pretty much, I guess you wouldn't say went viral. It didn't really go viral, but yeah, it got a few million views, and then that's really where my subscriber count kind of went through the roof.
Yeah, I
So it
remember.
was I think that was like my second year doing YouTube, like just posting videos and content. Maybe that was my first or second year, yeah. But that one blew my channel up pretty big.
I was
I
actually
got
go, I was actually gonna go back and look today, and I didn't. Didn't he used to? I think I'm remembering this right. Didn't he used to post like trick tutorials?
did, yeah. Like some of my earliest videos were trick tutorials, like the
Yeah,
very first videos I ever posted. Yeah,
yeah.
yep.
I
Like
remember
small gaps.
watching. I remember watching back then, and then then I remember your smokestack dive. That was like, I
Yeah,
don't know. That was crazy.
yeah. I
That
didn't I don't know, man. I guess looking back, I used to watch like obscene amounts of YouTube. And there was only a handful of pilots at the time doing like the really tight proximity freestyle. Like Big Oily, I followed him like early on. We both like lashed on. Like Billy Hackett. There's a bunch of guys that did like really tight proximity flying, aside from like the big names like Steele and everyone, but kind of gravitated towards that style predominantly because it was for me. I felt like it challenged me more and it pushed me to be a better pilot and do harder, more challenging, more difficult, and things that you don't really see a lot of. Like, yeah, it's like it's fast paced and it's not really ideal for people who don't understand FPV mostly, but I'd say like general public. But I feel like for me, piloting wise, I get the most enjoyment out of like really stretching it out, moving fast, a lot of tricks, all the things. Like it's just yeah, and it's
so
that style has kind of evolved over time just because you don't really see a whole lot of it. Good.
what's crazy? I think one of the most crazy things is that like, don't you fly with like a 60-degree tilt too?
Yeah, I
Like,
can't really get 60 on the Apex Evo right now, but it's as max as it'll go. It's like 45, 50 plus. Like it's all the way pinned up.
like man, I try to raise mine like as high as I can to get the most speed, and I'll feel like I'm doing really good, man. And then like I'll fly somewhere that's tight, and then I'm
Oh,
just
you
like, or like trying to hit like a small gap, like a dive gap, and I'm like blasting 50 feet past it and stuff like that. And
Yep.
so I gotta
I'll
lower
be
it back
real.
down.
Yeah, I'll be real with you, man. The when I first started flying that really high up tilt, I just went super aggressive with it. I went from like 10, 15 degrees to straight up like 40, 50 degrees to try and like get speed in my video. I'd say it took me almost 2 years, at least a solid year of like aggressive flying to really get the hang of moving that fast and stopping and turning and the trick, like getting everything kind of like dialed at that speed. Yeah, I broke so much gear. Like I can't even begin to tell you how much. Yeah, it was broke the bank. Not only did I break gear, I broke the bank.
I bet, man. Like that's tough. Like that takes. I don't know that. I mean, 2 years. Like I wouldn't have thought it would take that long to get good at it, but I've tried it for like
I mean,
just a day, dude, and I'm like, I can't do it.
yeah, I really wanted to be consistent to the point of like I had a yeah, I don't know how much you watch my video content, but I tried back in the day, and Evan still try to do it now, is not go back to the same spot over and over and over again. I know that the more frequently you can fly a spot, the better you will be at that spot because you'll just memorize all the distances and routes and gaps and everything, so you get really good at a location. But I forced myself earlier on to like go to new spots every single video because it forced me to like not get kind of in a comfort zone and also learn like how to adapt and adjust to these random spots. And I think that combined with like really high up tilt, I never really gave myself an opportunity to kind of like get the up tilt dialed before like I was like, oh, I'm just going to all these spots. I'm just going to rip it as fast as I can. So I think my approach was probably a little bit flawed. But yeah, I think people today could probably do it like 3 weeks, be dialed. What took me 2 years back in the day.
I I mean I've been in for 6 years, so that's a decent amount of time. But
Yeah, that's a long time.
it does seem like people now, man, like pick it up a lot quicker. I don't know. It's
Yeah, I definitely feel the same way. I know there's far more content out there now. So it's kind of like skateboarding. Back, if you started skating in the 90s, you had to fumble through and learn everything yourself. And it took you a lot longer to get a trick out because you didn't have the resources to tap into to learn. But now, like, man, everyone has a YouTube channel. So anything you're struggling with, you can literally just type it in and Copilot will hit your chat GPT or something, it'll be like, oh, do it this way. Okay.
Dude, my first radio, I couldn't get it bound. It was a Spectrum something, and I freaking called them on the phone. Like I called Spectrum on the phone, and they walked me through it. Like I couldn't imagine calling Radio Master or something. You know what I mean? Now, like,
Yeah.
hey, can you bind
You're
my
not gonna,
radio for me?
that's right. You're not getting any help from those bros.
Yeah, but dude from Spectrum just like, yeah, man, no problem. Do this, follow this, do this. I'm like, cool. Like I feel old just saying that though.
Yeah, right. 6 years, like FPV years are kind of like dog years, dog or cat years. If you've flown like 2 years of FPV, it's like 6 years in cat year.
Yeah, that's
So
true, man.
technically, you've been flying for like 25 years, Nappy. You're an OG in the game. 6 years. You've
I
been flying
feel
6 years, 3 years. That's 18 years. You've been flying for 18 years, FPV.
I remember when they were like people were freaking out that the F3 flight controller wasn't going to be supported by Betaflight anymore. Now I'm like, now they're what like H7s and stuff like that or something.
Yeah. Yeah, they have all brands of STMs, all of them. M series, H7s, Fs, yeah, all of it. It's a new game now. So many people involved.
What's
It's
up,
good. Makes our
Apache?
equipment better.
Somebody else. What's up, Alfaxis? I thought I saw somebody else.
Oh shoot. Yeah.
What's up, Jimmy? Yeah, Jimmy. I'm flying with him tomorrow. He's an OG too. He's been flying for like almost 10 years.
Nice. Yeah, that's what he just said. He said he must have been flying for like 2 decades.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
he's a grandpa in FPV now.
Man, it's dog years. Legit.
Me, we were supposed to fly today, but it freaking rained all day. But it's supposed to be nice tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope you guys get some good packs in.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in as much as possible, man. It's like what middle of November now almost. Like, and I'm in Ohio, so it gets like winter will be here soon, sooner rather than later.
I was gonna say it's
I still
coming up
fly.
on.
I'll go fly in the winter, man, but it's not like hang out and chill time though.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the winter. Luckily, down here in the south, it stays warm for a decent amount of time. So even in the winter, like December, January, like February, there's a couple of weeks that is pretty miserable. But we don't get like the long Ohio winters, that's for sure.
Man, it seems like here, man, it'll be halfway decent, and then like right December ish, like late December, and then January and February, man, is like not very fun. I'll still get out and fly pack here and there, but I don't know, man. Like it sucks. Like I like the winter, but it sucks for flying.
Oh yeah, big time. You just everything's cold. Your dexterity's gone. You're shivering, and
You can't get your
the tree no leaves. There's no leaves on the trees. Like it's just
can't get your camera out of the TPU.
no. TPU breaks. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's fragile. Like yeah, it's just miserable. We did a. It'd be cool, like down in South Carolina. I think it's torn down now. Teddy, pilot down south in South Carolina. His name's Teddy. He took me, Bardwell. We all went to this abandoned mall, and like a place like that would be legit if you could have some location in your area similar. It was heated, so in the wintertime you could just go to this abandoned mall or an abandoned facility that was under air and just rip nonstop. I know there's no money in that, but it'd be pretty cool if there was something like that.
Yeah, it'd be hard to keep open, but
Yeah. You'd have to be independently wealthy, just pay for electricity and everything.
Au- Austin had a bando, but they're tearing it down. Like last year, we talked about like they had offices, and we talked about like getting heaters and stuff and flying in there, but we never did. But like it probably would have been okay as long as it wasn't like like in the single digits. But uh, I don't know. We ended up never doing it, and like every time you crash there, like it seemed like the whatever material was on the in the bando would like destroy your stuff all the time. So
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, winter's rough. That's when everybody kind of winds down. You don't see as many. You don't see as many videos.
I know, like I got like a 1S toothpick. Like what last winter, man, I got back into whoops. Like I didn't fly whoops for 3 or 4 years probably, and I got back into them just for something different. And it was kind of fun. Like just something I don't know. I'd sit in my car and like go fly at Lowe's parking lot or something stupid like that just to go fly.
Yeah, I mean, however you can get it in. I think I was talking to Stingy today. He got a whoop. I might get one too, just because with the inclement weather, like bad weather days, it'd be fun to be able to just rip around the house with that thing. And the whoops are so good now, like
Yeah.
brushless whoops. I got into whoops like way back in the day and just kind of dumped it because they were all brushed and just no power. You couldn't do anything with them. But now they're actually like fully legit,
Yeah,
pretty much every size room.
my first FPV drone was it was an Indutrix, and like the wind just took it down the street. Like it wasn't even windy, man. Like you could, I mean, it was probably like 7 or 8 mile an hour winds, and just like pulled me down the street, and I lost it almost. Like uh,
Yeah,
they've definitely come a long way, man. Like I flew that toothpick. It's like it's just a 1S toothpick, and I freaking flew it, and I bet the wind was 10, 15 mile an hour. I flew it like on top of a hill, just messing around, and it flew like I mean you could feel the wind, but it actually flew.
yeah, like fought against it. It had some
Yeah,
power.
yeah, and I was
Yeah,
thinking like back in the day that wouldn't happen.
nah, not at all. Yeah, your stuff would just get blown off, gone in a tree or wherever.
Yeah. That guy Grand, man, you rip some whoops, man. You kill it, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Seeing people do trippies and matties and uh, crazy stuff like that. We have a lot of whoop racing around here in the winter though, so it's cool.
That is cool.
That's why I
Yeah,
kind of
like schools and gymnasiums and stuff.
yeah. Well, like even like last, I think it was March, we have a big race at the Air Force Museum, and like it's really cool. Like flying around old World War II
Hmm.
jets. It's all right. Well, it's not a jet. It's I don't know. Props all probably knows. It's some big plane. Like we actually fly in it. It's like really cool.
That's a good idea. They got where I'm at. They got all kinds of museums around here.
Yeah, like
It's like, man, that'd be pretty wild to do a like a whoop museum rip.
are you in here? Props off. He probably knows how they did it, man. Like they actually, I think this
Yeah,
year
I
will
think
be
it's
the
still in.
fifth or sixth year in a row they've done it. Like they have like 64 people. People come. Like I mean, there's pro whoop racers there, and there's people like me that suck, but just are there for fun. But like they'll sell out in like 5 minutes. Like the big name pilots that are like the pros, they automatically will get in because they're sponsored, and then there'll be like say 58 spots or whatever left, and then it'll sell out in 5 minutes. But
Yeah, we
it's
don't have a definitely don't have a scene like that down here. I mean, there aren't even that many pilots. I know that North Carolina has quite a lot of pilots, but like none where I'm at. We're like out in the boondocks, nothing but pine trees.
are you in
But
North?
I know I'm near Raleigh, like south of Raleigh. The like Charlotte area has a pretty big scene, and Raleigh has a decent scene, but it's just we just don't have a. I think overall there isn't doesn't seem to be a big FPV scene here. Not like I see otherwhere. Like Florida has a massive crew down there. Like I hung out a couple years ago with Billy Hackett and all those boys down there, and it was like just a big scene of bros just ripping.
I was surprised how many people flew around here. Like, I think when I met Jimmy, I think he's the one that told me about it. He sold me some goggles a long time ago. That's how I met him. But I was surprised because I flew
What's that?
my first year probably and didn't even meet anybody. Then like come to find out, there's probably 50 people within a 50-mile radius.
Jeez, yeah. Nah, not here. Not here. You got to fend for yourself. That was a another thing, a little bit of a struggle getting into FPV was like there was no. It's nice to have somebody push you. You know what I mean? I guess
Yeah.
with the YouTubes, you can always watch YouTube and push yourself, but based on what you see. But it's also nice to like go out and hit a spot and actually like have somebody to rip with and just talk tech with and. But yeah, if you're out by yourself, middle of nowhere, it's rough.
It flying with people that I
You
think
know?
it does push you, man.
Yeah.
Especially if somebody's doing something you can't, then you're like, I want to do that. Like
Yeah.
I love going flying with a group of people, and then like seeing all their videos. You know what I mean? Like the next week or whatever. Like man, why didn't I see that line or why didn't I hit that gap or
That's right. You just see them do it a different way.
yeah
Yep.
yeah like
Yeah, they
go ahead man.
no, yeah, I just said like it makes it a lot more fun. Then you can challenge each other. Yeah, it's just a really good time when you have people to fly with. Then when you're fixing your stuff, you're not standing there by yourself talking. You could actually talk to somebody instead of yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely a good experience flying with somebody, man. I like it's it's cool just to talk about FPV because like if you're hanging out with your normal friends or whatever that aren't into FPV, they're like they don't want to hear about anything like that.
Right? No. Yeah, you take like your wife and kids out and they're like, "What? I don't care about that."
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm always looking at spots too to like fly. I'm sure everybody in FPV does the same
Oh yeah.
thing when they go. Like if you're with somebody, like, hey, did you see that new building they're building over there? And you're like, hell yeah, let's hit it up.
Yep. Just scouring the Google Maps.
I thought I saw somebody else in here.
Yeah, I spent quite a bit of time looking at the maps. That and always trying to scope out new zones, new spots.
So how far away have you hit up that smokestack recently, or is it torn down?
No, no, it's still there. I think it's still there. I hit that thing for the very first time almost 5 years ago. The I kind of got a wild hair. I was like, I've never seen anybody like I've always looked at them, and I was big into like these really tight dives. I still like really tight dives, but this is easily like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and I remember seeing that stack because it's about an hour from my house, and I drove out there one day and I was looking at it, and there was an entranceway, and I couldn't tell if there was an exit because wasn't able to like climb up into the actual like plume section. And I'd always been told there's like nets and things or mesh at the top to keep birds or whatever out. So I was always like a little apprehensive. Well, I went out there one day, buzzed around, tried to fly up it, tried to fly down it, didn't want to like crash into it. Finally, I was like, you know what? There's only one way to figure this out because I can't get it there. I was like straight down in, and it went like I had no intention of sticking it. I straight up disarmed and tumbled all the way down. But the drone just like I had that video. I think the video is on my channel, and it like ejected the drone out of the bottom of that stack. And after that, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna dive this! Like I want nothing else but to dive this smokestack because it's only like, I mean, it's probably 3 or 4 feet, and it's that wide all the way down, super narrow. And then I went out and did that video, the one that went like viral, whatever you want to say. That was the very first video that I ever posted where I showed my face, and it was ironic that that video also went viral, but I did the whole stack dive thing. So that was almost 3 or 4 years ago now, probably 3 years ago, easy. But yeah, man,
Do you think
That's
you
about an hour from me.
were you the first one to do that? You think, or the first one that you saw do that?
I had never. I hate saying yeah, I was the first. When I did it, I had never seen anyone else attempt a smokestack. Now, when I did post it, a guy did say there was a dude out in Europe that dove one, and he drove a lane. I can't remember that guy's channel. So there was another guy during the same time, but I'll go like that video that he posted versus the video I posted were about the same time. I think mine was before his. His could have been before mine, not sure. But the first time I actually attempted it was like a year, almost 2 years before that time. So unless that bro is out diving stacks 2 years before that viral video, then. But I'll never say I was the first because you just never know, man. Just because somebody didn't post it to YouTube doesn't mean it didn't happen. So I hate to be like, yeah, I was the first.
That was
But I'll
cra-
tell you, man.
that was crazy though, man. That was like intense. That was like I think people felt good and happy for you that you made it when you finally did too, man.
I
Like
still want to get it clean.
that was like a feel good story. Like
Yeah.
oh yeah. If you guys haven't
Oh
seen
yeah.
that video, go watch it. You probably have though if you're in FPV for longer than six
Man,
months.
everybody, those smokestack dives now are all the rave. Dudes are putting up shorts, getting like 50 million views. Like it's all about smokestack dives. A bunch of those European bros are like channels just blowing up because of smokestack dives.
I've seen
I
some
was like,
great.
man,
I've seen some crazy ones. That one place that Austin found, there's one, and he's hit it one or two times. But like when I went there to fly with him, like it wasn't cleared out yet,
yeah.
and no, he hadn't
I
tried it
saw
yet.
Big Oily. He posted a video. Shoot, I guess it's been a few months now. He's got one up there in Pittsburgh too. They were diving, they were gapping. I saw a couple of them dive through. It was pretty rad. Like the I did see the Austin's dive, and I'm trying to remember. I can't even remember the name of the guys that are out. I like it's Ken or it's Brad or they're all whatever. They're all the same call sign out there. But and then that other cat from I think like Italy. There's like three or four guys that have been hitting the smokestacks pretty regularly, like successfully hit them. But
I
I'll
s-
also tell you too, there's I will say this. I'll claim first to this, the size of the smokestack. I'll own this all day. I'll say I dove the smallest, tightest smokestack ever first. I don't know if that's a claim to anything, but all these other rows that are diving smokestacks are pretty. You could drive a car through them practically. That ain't
yeah,
the same.
yeah, I saw this one. Like I don't know how many stories it was, man. Like it was crazy. Like it was really
Yeah,
tall. But then the dude comes out the bottom, and it's like big enough for like
like a
you could drive a
semi truck.
tank, yeah, a tank or semi truck
Yeah,
through, which I'm not saying
yeah.
like isn't impressive, but
Nah, dude. And let me say that too. I don't want to take it away from anybody because it is challenging. And like first to get the guts to just dive into one, and then to like come out of one clean, like of any size, in and itself is a challenge. So like I am never gonna talk down to somebody that puts a drone into a smokestack. Never.
that
Like
that
like it's a
place we're
small
going,
community.
the bando we're going to tomorrow has a smokestack, but it's full at the bottom, like you can
Oh
see
yeah.
in, and it's full of bricks.
I don't remember that guy Grand. I don't think he was out there, but it was Vampire. It was me, Vampire. There was a handful of us in Delaware. I flew Wilmington with Vampire and his crew. This was a few years ago too. I think I have this on video. But they had a smoke chimney stack thing on the school, and I accidentally went down in that thing, and it was full of soot. We had to get in there and dig like 3 foot of soot out of it. It was so gross. It was all full of water. Like, yeah, I didn't think I was gonna get that drone back. It's like, man, the smokestacks are risky. It's risky business.
I've never tried one, man. I want to. That one where Austin found, it's like it's pretty far away from me. It's like 3 hours. So like it's, I mean that's
That's
pretty
a
far to
commitment.
drive to try a smokestack.
Yeah, yeah. The I was out in Vegas a few years ago, and I found that one stack that I think Bubby, the Rotorite crew, like stopped there a few years ago, and it's in Arizona. It's like the most perfect. It's clean, like nothing around. Really big stack. It's like a picturesque stack, but it's like 4 hours from Vegas, so it's like super hard to get to. I was like, man, I want to drive out and hit this thing so bad, but an 8 hour day to drive 4 hours to hit it and then 4 hours back, I just don't know. It's like I don't know if
Yeah,
it's worth it. I'm not
Yeah,
that big into YouTube to be like, yeah, I dove this stack and now everybody looked at my video.
I mean, that's like maybe an hour drive there, an hour back might not be as bad, but an
Nah, I'll
eight
do
hour
that all
round
day
trip.
long. Yeah, 8 hours is no joke.
What's up, Wild
Yeah,
Beard? What's up, King Keek? What's up, Olay?
yeah, yeah.
Fly Zone. I think it's all those new.
Yeah, I don't know that they'll ever tear that stack down. It's like part of a historic. Yeah, I mean, they might eventually when it becomes a safety hazard, but that whole like area where it's located is kind of like a not a historic area, but it's like old. We call it. It's just like the old factories, old mills and stuff. And they don't. Some of those they don't tear down around here. They can just board them up. I don't know why, but all the
Maybe
good ones they tear down, and the stuff that's useless they just keep up and board.
maybe asbestos or something.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, you're right.
Because they tore down the. We had a bando here that like when I first got into like FPV, it was you could fly it, and then part of it burnt down and actually made it better to fly, and uh, then they fenced it all off, and now they've torn most of it down, but there's one spot they haven't torn down because it's
You still.
asbestos, and they're asking for more money for
Ah, yeah, do some abatement to get the asbestos out. Yeah, that
yeah.
makes sense. I never thought about that because I was always like, man, what they tear down the really good bandos that are gutted and clean.
That's probably why.
It's just like, yeah. Yep. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, the homeless people like
Oh.
would get in our that bando, and they burn ours down, and like it was like a dream come true because you could park right in front of it, like walk in, and it really wasn't too bad of a safety issue because it was kind of
Yeah.
open, and like you could see if there was like some junkie hiding or you know what I mean, like you could just see
Yeah.
in it, but it was cool to fly. But as soon as I got good enough to fly there, I can actually do stuff. They like fenced it off.
Oh yeah. I hit that the GTI Rotor Rampage, that smokestack. That's like my pinnacle dive. I think now that the video's online, I'm sure someone's gonna go out there Rotor Rampage this year and dive it just to like huck something in there. But I actually want to like hit that. I wanted to be the first, but sure somebody will get out there and hit that thing. That thing's like 300 feet high.
Did you get it or did you just try it?
Nah, I tried it. Yeah, it just crashed. It's like super the because it's all steel cased. So you really have to like position yourself. Like you could just if you want to just huck your drone into it, you're just gonna explode. I broke I don't want to like leak info on the frame test. I was testing a particular frame in there and it just fell apart on me. One hit, it was like arm broke, everything snapped off of it. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna use this frame ever again. But the base of that smokestack is like steel, like thick, probably like 4 inches thick. So it's very, very dense, very, very hard. So when you come down, even from like 20 or 30 feet, because I crashed a handful of times, like coming down and hitting that bottom plate, it's just boom. So yeah, it's nasty. You're just gonna destroy gear, like no question.
I don't think he said no rampage Smags. I think Smags thought you were saying no rampage.
Oh no, no, no. I'm pretty sure Rampage will still be going on. I'm just talking about the smokestack at Rampage. Dive in the smokestack at Rampage.
Yeah, they're supposed to have rampage next year. It's supposed to be like in the fall or something, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I think that's what they were saying because last year they had it during graduation time because I wanted to go, but my son was actually graduating that weekend, so I didn't get to go.
Yeah, they should. Man, if they change that venue up, that'd be nice. Because that GTI, you know what I mean? Like, what three? They've done it there. What 3 or 4 years? 4 years, the very first time, and then COVID, and three other times. Because I've been there 3 years in a row. But it'd be nice if they changed up venues. If they could find another spot, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, Apache said in October.
Okay. Yeah, I see that right now. I'm reading on the chat.
Apache, when is Beast of the East this next year? That's my goal in
Where
2025. I'm going to an event.
where's Beast of the East held?
Last year they had it at Gates of Hell, and then I think another
Okay.
bando.
Oh, so up in New York. That's right. That's right. I missed that one. It was like back to back, right? It was like the next weekend or right after
Yeah, I
Rampage.
think somewhere around there. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
I think it was in June. I had Apache on like right before. Yeah, in June. I had Apache on like a couple weeks before Beast of the East, I think, or a month before or something.
Yeah, I would like to do that one. I missed it this year. I wanted to go. Just timing didn't work out with work,
I work
but
every
BC's looks fun.
I work every other weekend, and every FPV event all year was the weekend that I worked.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, I'm like, man, how's that happen? Like, and then all every whoop race this year that's close to me is the weekend I work, and the ones that are like an hour and a half away are the weekends that I'm off. I'm like, man, why don't they switch them up?
Right? Yeah, just do them off cycle. Just give you. They should just call you.
Yeah,
Like, yo, Nappy, when you working, man? We're gonna run this thing.
I want to be the race coordinator next time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll
I
be curious to see if they do the same. If they do GTI again this year, it'd be pretty rad if they found someplace new. I know, like Perry, Georgia, there's a spot down there, the Guardian Center. It's kind of like GTI, but it's it's like far more sophisticated, I'd say.
Before I forget, I need to announce too that the about the Rippies. I don't know if Oily was in here earlier. I don't know if he still is. He was supposed to put the link to the Rippies. Smags, I know you're still in here. Will you link the Rippies? You should go hit a smokestack dive and enter it in the Rippies, Phantom.
Yeah, I'll do that. I was supposed to do a challenge. Was it last year? I think I did submit to Rippy's. Maybe it wasn't last year, it was year before. That's a good event, man. It was kind of, yeah, I don't want to bring that up. The whole Rotorite Rampage deal, but yeah, man, Rippy's is a great event. It's really cool watching them putting them
Miss
on, like putting that whole event on.
Miss
There's
Dawn's
very
in
few events
here.
like that where everybody supports all in on FPV and freestyle and like award people. Like, go ahead.
Miss Dawn's in here. I didn't know she was in here. She can post about it.
Oh, dude, the I went to the very first one up in Ohio, and it was insane. Like full on, like all the things. The meetup, the flying, the venue, the food, the awards. It was like a legit Oscars award ceremony. I can only imagine that's how it was last year in Florida. I missed that one, but
It was in
yeah,
Georgia. It was in Atlanta last year. I went
Atlanta.
last
Okay,
year.
well, they did it. Okay, so that's the third year then. So there was a year they did it in Florida, and then last year they did it in Atlanta. Okay,
I won best dive last year, and Miss Dawn had my son. He was wearing a blue suit with like a fedora, blue fedora. He was like 11 in, but he was like dressed up like for an award show, and he got to read my award off and stuff. So that was like really
that's
cool.
cool. Heck yeah, yeah, they do it up big. Yeah, I remember that first event was straight legit. So I know all the other ones have been pretty good too. Had to have been.
Thanks,
They do a
Oily.
good job.
Oily is in here.
Oh,
Yeah, enter the Rippies. You have to get your video in by December 21st, I think. 22nd, I don't know. Somewhere around December 20th. I don't know exactly. But go get your videos in, guys.
they
uh,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't think you entered the Rippies last year because
I didn't.
I was gonna say you probably would have won something.
No,
You
I
should
did not.
you should go enter best dive with tower dive and you'd win.
Just go stick that smokestack dive once and
Yeah.
for all. Just be done with it. Put some dynamite in that thing, lean it over.
On my notes, you probably can't read my handwriting, but on my note, I have smokestack. I wanted to ask you about that. And we got to that before I even
Uh,
looked at my
just went
notes.
straight into it.
Yeah, like I remember somebody was talking about you, and like it was a long time ago. It was good, not bad talk. And they were like, they're like, yeah, you know, Phantom. He did the tower dive, and I was like, oh yeah, Phantom. Like And then I'm like, man, that's what most people, like, oh, so many people found you from that video.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah, that was
cool.
wild. Good times.
I was gonna go back and watch it today, man. Like, I don't know, today got away with me. I was gonna go back and watch some, cause I remember your trick tutorials. I remember your radio, man. Like your what's it called? The FR
Oh,
Sky.
that. Yeah, the X Light.
Yeah.
You gotta. I got a plan for Thanksgiving. Keep an eye out for something special dropping this Thanksgiving.
Are you gonna fly on Thanksgiving or before and drop it
Nah,
on
nah,
Thanksgiving?
nah. I got a video that I'm working on. I've been working on the last few weeks. Should be pretty good.
So
It's along the lines of the trick tutorial.
oh, okay, cool. How like I think your video with like trying like testing the frames out, that's really cool, man.
That's a nightmare.
Uh,
Frames don't break.
what made you come up with that idea? Just sitting there like I
The
want to test out a bunch of frames.
No, I want to do it for everything. Like there's nothing, everybody in the hobby has like a bench top they'll test, we tested this and this, there's no empirical testing. There's no like real world testing of anything. And everybody has like buy this thing and buy that thing and this is the best and that's the best. For me, I'm just like, hey man, let's actually physically and empirically test all of this gear and figure out what is best and then buy what you think is right for you. So like the frames was easy to start with because like, all right, I see everybody talking about these particular frames. I'll go ahead and buy all those frames. They're pretty consistent. Frames stick around for like 2, 3 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the Apex has been around a while, the Oiler Rig's been around a while, the Bach Runner, Demi Bot, like most of those frames have been around for a couple of years. So it was like they're good frames and the designs don't really change a whole lot. So testing that would be more consistent long term. So like let's just say at the end of this, frame X wins. That frame's likely going to be a viable frame for like probably another year or two at least. And then new people coming into the hobby can be like, oh look, they'll have something to reference. Same thing, motors, ESCs, flight controllers. Like I plan to do it all, video systems, like everything, because I've not seen any channels that do that. You got a couple of big channels that'll do the like behind the desk testing on, software, but very few channels are like really core into testing the actual hardware, like as you would fly it.
yeah. I mean that's a lot of work though and money to
Yeah,
do all that.
it's a ton, man. It's more than I thought it was gonna be. I'll tell you that.
What people were like, hey, try like. Did he start out with like a handful of frames and everybody's like, hey, what about
Yep.
this one? What about this one? What about this one?
So I kind of screwed that up too. It's a little bit of a learning lesson. My goal originally was to do just frames. I only wanted to do basher frames. So I think the first was like I picked five, it went to seven, and then I got a couple of like outlier straggler frames. Like I would argue are definitely not basher frames. Um, Now we're up to 12, and it's kind of like, oh, it's burdensome. It's a lot of work, but I'm gonna get through them if it takes me all year to do it. Uh, I think I'd take some feedback from you all, but I thought about doing, I released the two frames now, released the sync and the AOS, but I just did the first like probably 6 to 8 bash events. But I thought about pausing those and releasing like the next two frames and doing the first couple bash events and then the next two to like do all 12 that way. So they're all kind of like on equal as like a competition. And then you could do a bracket. I don't know if that makes sense or not, the way I explain that.
Yeah, I get it. Um, so I mean, like as far as like FPV, obviously you like flying, but I mean you like making videos too. It sounds like I enjoy making videos like almost as much as flying sometimes.
Yeah. I hate making videos.
You do, damn, you do. And you're making all those videos. You don't like making them.
That's why I got into one pack. Well, first I like steel, like there's a skill level achievement icon that you get for doing one packs. But I was always like, I was like, man, flying and not crashing is insanely difficult. Like, how
Yeah,
do you do that? and that also took a very long time to get. And I still, it's like super hard to do. But most of that came from like I hate editing. I hate like cutting up videos and doing all the work and the music and this and that. But a one take, if I do it all in one shot, that's two clips. That's the chest rig and then the footage from the drone. Man, load it, cut it, maybe throw some music on it, and freaking edits and YouTube. Like and subscribe.
And man, that probably is one of the
Yeah,
hardest things is a one pack. Like
it is.
if I get a good line going, hit like a couple good tricks, like man, I get excited, and
Oh yeah.
then I crash. It seems like
Yep. That adrenaline gets pumping. That's when you got to
yeah,
shift to like a run, like a straight out run where you're just kind of floating around, and then you ratchet it back in.
yeah. Like if I hit one, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go for a second one. Then I hit a second one. I'm like, all right, now I gotta hit the third one. Then I crash.
Yeah.
That's how it happens every time.
Yep. Happens to the best of us, man. It's hard.
Uh,
Hard stuff.
I'm impressed with you're able to speak and just like hold a normal conversation with the camera while you're flying. I'm like,
That's been a that's taken a long time to perfect. That and I just talk a lot, so kind of comes natural. I'm just yapping all the time.
I'll go out like I'm gonna do a narrated rip, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go fly over here, check this out. Then like
Yeah.
2 minutes later,
You
I'm like, oh yeah, I'm still talking.
you just dropped you dropped a couple of edits just recently like that. I remember you did you were out in your front yard on your driveway, I think, this last one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Just watch that one. You're
That
doing
was
pretty good, man. It's not overnight, you know what I mean? Like you got to work at it. It's like anything. And I was told also some people like they pre-record or post-record, so they'll shoot the video and then they go back to the bench, and when they're doing the editing, they re-record the talking, so they're watching the video and then talking in, so they fill it. That's like
yeah,
a cheater method. If you're not good at talking live while you're ripping and gripping.
yeah. I don't know, man. I can go for a little bit, but then like I'll just like zone off and then be like, oh yeah, I forgot I was gonna talk.
Yep. There's a sweet spot too. Like, how do you know? Are you saying too much? You're not saying enough? Like, how do you know where you're supposed to be? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's cool. I like listening to you talk when you do like, especially get excited like too, like whoa and stuff like that. Like
Got us.
I don't think I have that part. I'm just like, yeah, I'm over here. What's up, Warlock?
You got to do like a live stream. That's something I don't do either. That's what you're good at is the live stream. You maybe start live streaming your flights
I
while you're
actually
doing it.
I actually did with like on Instagram like I think it was last Friday. I took that 1S whoop or that 1S toothpick I have, and we have a couple big cranes downtown, and
Yep.
I flew around them and like put my phone on like an analog monitor, and I felt like I did pretty good talking then, but I was live, so like I felt like the pressure to keep
Oh
going.
yeah. You got to keep. Yeah. That would be tough. That's yeah. I don't do the live stream stuff. I think I've done like one ever. But it's just that's a different animal. It's definitely something you got to get used to. And then if you're gonna fly, I feel like yeah, that's a whole nother challenge because you just gotta, like you said, you just gotta keep it going constantly.
I'll
On
try to.
that 240p, I'm on that 180, boy, that 160.
Yeah, that guy Grand. I don't know. I tried to change it. Let me try it again.
I'm on that 240p. We're back in the 80s. I'm like adjusting my antennas, trying to get reception in here, get my video, my TV back up. I didn't
uh,
pay my internet bill.
yeah, I don't know why it's like that, man. I swear, like we messed with it, and I actually went down, scrolled down, like,
I wonder, mine's clear, man. I don't know if it's like on my end or what.
well, you're clear. Like you're clear on, like the call coming through. You're like clear. It's
It looks
fine.
like analog. That's that DJI 4 coming out. It's blurred vision. It
And I
just
can't.
sees into the future. It's AI. You guys are watching Chat GPT. This is not real. That's why it's looking like that.
And I can't change that many settings. like in the middle of the stream either. Let me try something. I'm not gonna mess with it.
Uh-oh. Props off. About to send you some school here.
Props off. Props off's gonna crash the stream. I'm gonna look at it. Props off.
240p. Ain't nobody want to see it. What do you think about all the? Do you fly analog? You got digital, don't you?
Yeah, I fly digital.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You looking at the newest DJI stuff? Saw
Uh,
some stuff from Mads Tech and a couple other people releasing some snippets, some leaks. I don't
yeah,
know if it's going to be worth a
I
good
saw somebody was saying that there was like a one. They're gonna have like a 1S board or something.
for DJI.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I saw that.
I think that's like the coolest thing, really, man.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, Fly Zone. That's what we are just talking about. Yeah, if they release something like that, that'd be pretty rad. Did somebody say HD0? HD0. I'm so invested in O3s now. It's like, man, I can't. That O4 would have to be like change my whole world. Good.
I wouldn't
Like negative
even.
latency. It'd have to be like negative latency and 4K rippage for me to just dump O3 right now. I'm like too deep.
I would have. I would still be on. I would still be on freaking the DJI V1s, but uh, whenever the Integras went on sale, I liked how they were small, the small form factor, so that's why I even
Oh yeah.
upgraded. It was just because they were small.
So I tried them. I got the DJI twos, the goggle twos, but there was a little bit of latency in there that I just could not get around, man. It was like it's definitely there. Like it was messing with me hard. And I went back to the V2s and was like, good to go. Like no change. I've been flying analog too. Here's a little secret for you, a little snippet. I'll give you a little leak. I flew analog for almost 5 years when I got into FPV. So I built an analog rig. So I got a cool video coming out about that too, like my thoughts on analog versus digital, the whole latency game. And you'll be surprised to know that it's a lot less about latency and more about confidence.
Um, like analog's so much better now too. I think, man. Like the
Yeah, it's
cameras are
definitely getting
better.
better.
Like I didn't fly it forever. Then I went back to it when I just started getting like flying whoops last year, and I was like, man, you can
Oh
actually
yeah,
see better.
they don't break as easily as they used to do. I remember back in the day too. I'd be going through like TBS Evos and just the Unifies, like probably two a month. They just weren't durable. And then now it seems like they actually take a pretty good beating. Some of the newer systems, they got hard cases on them. They cool better, definitely transmit cleaner. Just all around better systems for analog. So like as an inexpensive option, like it's still legit. It's definitely still in the game. I don't think it's out because the range too, like the range is pretty much. I mean, I would definitely argue it beats HD0. Probably not walk snail with the clarity, but nothing touches the DJI stuff yet. But for the cost, it's hard to beat, especially getting into it like new. But
Yes,
I think it's less latency now. I don't even think latency is an argument anymore. Not a valid one anyway.
yeah. I mean, I don't fly.
Unless you're like racing. Right.
I don't fly crazy, but I never like the latency to me switching over back in the, like when I switched. Like I could tell for like 2 or 3 packs, and then it was just like,
Yeah. Then you're back to like you just back to normal, like regular ripping.
yeah.
Yep. I
Um,
know, that's the same kind of. I was like, when I built this rig out, I was like, man, I'm gonna notice so much. It's gonna be so much faster and this and that. And it was like I didn't notice anything. I could notice it was faster, but it wasn't like it didn't change. It actually was worse because I was faster, but I couldn't see anything. So it was worse. It was like, imagine being faster and more aggressive, but your eyes are closed. That's how I felt flying analog again after like 5 years of coming from digital. It's like, this is terrible. Yeah, it was really bad.
So you're not going to be switching back.
Nope, not never. No, I mean, there's a place for analog, right? I don't know that. Never say never. I don't know that for fun or for personal purposes. Like, yes, I will confidently say I'll never switch back to analog. But I do believe like that there's still it's still completely valid. Like commercially, like new pilots, old pilots, fast racers. Like it's so versatile, and the performance you don't drop out. You know what I mean? Like it's reliable. You can't beat the old trusty, like the Toyota 4Runner. As long as you keep the oil changed, that thing can go to 400,000 miles. Might not look pretty, but it'll get you there.
So what you do you fly the V2, the DJI V2s
Yeah,
with the
I'm still on
O3?
the Yep, I'm still on the old V2s.
I still have
So
my V2s, but I haven't tried them with the O3.
the G2s,
Yeah, or no, the
the
V2,
G,
the V2s.
oh the
I haven't tried
V2s.
the
Yeah.
V2s with the O3. I still have them. I use the Integras, yeah,
Okay.
Integras all the time.
Yeah, Zora, like I agree, long range for analog for sure. The She got walk snail too. Walk snail push out there a long way. So HD0. The V2s on O3 is definitely clearer than the Caddx on V2s, but the O3 on G2s is like really clear, which is unfortunate that there is definitely more latency on G2 and O3 than V2 and O3, which is why I went back to the V2, which sucks because you can't even get V2s anymore. So I'm gonna be on like eBay scarfing up all these V2s. I'm gonna be like running V2s till the day I die.
They got down cheap too, didn't they?
Yeah,
Like right
prop
before they
junkie.
stopped.
What's that?
I said the V2s got down pretty cheap there too for like however
Yep.
long, like right before they stopped selling them.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, now
It's crazy how much cheaper they've gotten. Like all the DJI stuff.
well, yeah, now they're blowing out like the O3s are only 180. I mean, you think about if you had to buy an Action 2 is like 225, 240. If you get an O3, it technically is an Action 2. Obviously, you can't run it 4K because it's too much latency. But if you're just doing like slow, flowy freestyle, you know what I mean? Not crazy aggressive stuff, like it's a perfect camera and it's under 200 bucks and it's durable as all hell. So it's a good option.
I still have. Let me see. I have two O3s and I think like two Vistas still. I held on to the Vistas forever, but now the O3s are so cheap, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. You get O3 for the same you could get a Vista.
I
It's
know
wild.
people are still selling used Vistas for 120, and you can get a
Yeah.
new O3 for 180.
For 180, yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you I still got a fistful of Caddx left over from my old builds too, because I flew Caddx for probably yeah, solid 2 years, and the O3 came out. I've been flying O3 now for probably 2 years straight since it came out. It's like the O4 comes out and it's so much better. I mean, I don't know.
I stayed on Vistas forever, man. I bet the O3s were out for close to 2 years before I even had one.
Yeah,
Like the Vistas, you can't break them, man. They're like freaking.
nah, they're bulletproof, man.
I,
Literally.
I still have the like one of the first ones I bought, and it's like I think the only reason I quit using it was because like every once in a while it would freeze. But I think that was I think that was actually an issue with like my soldering because it wasn't as good back then. I think like I had a loose wire or something. I think I don't know that, but I still have it. But it worked like 90% of the time.
Mm. Yeah, I've lost. I would say on the O3s, the only thing I've really lost are the OSDs. I've lost two OSDs, and in the cameras, I've smashed a couple cameras, but I can't say that I've ever destroyed the VTX portion of an O3 ever, like ever. And that's been flying, I think, for 2 years. I've definitely destroyed some cameras, probably like three or four cameras, but the actual like video transmitter. I've only lost two, and that's just been the OSD. The video still works. It's just the OSD's gone.
Yeah, I've had that happen with my Vistas, like
Yeah.
like they blow like the diodes or whatever.
Yep. And you
Um,
can still switch those out. Like if you have another old one that's burnt, you can just take the boards. I did that with a Caddx before. You just pull them apart. If you have one that's like not functional, the OSD's separate. You can swap the boards out.
I always just that's when I start setting my radio up to call out the voltage.
Yeah.
So I just never even worried about it. Like now like every 30 seconds it'll call up my radio, call it the
Oh
voltage.
yeah.
And I don't need it now because all of mine work, but it's still nice to have.
Yeah. That you run canvas mode too. Your OSD like a Beta Flight overlay or something like that.
Yeah.
That are like this. So yeah, you have options.
Props off. I messed around with what you told me to mess around with, and I don't know, it's not working, but I'm done messing around with it. It'll be all right. He told me to try something. Um, you're just going to be in 240 the rest of the time. Props.
Yeah.
I don't know. Props off.
I think I'm less than 240 right now.
Uh,
That's like that 180.
I don't know.
We're at 160. What are the 160? What's the next up down 160p? That's that 160p.
I don't know why it does that, dude. It's crazy.
Budget cuts, man.
Um,
I
you're supposed
can't
to
pay
be
my
in.
phone.
You're supposed to be in 720, is what, uh, is what it says. What's up, Steve-O? I'm done messing with the settings. We're already over an hour into the stream, so it's good. And props off. I'm on 1.17.0 uh, is what version I'm on. He asked me what version.
Yes. King Cluck. Okay. Good grief, dude. All the kids, all the babies' mamas, dude.
Um, I don't think you're on 240, but you might be at on what's after 240, 360.
It's one. I think it goes 160, 240, 420, or three. Yeah, 360, 360. I'd have to look it up, man.
Props off. I don't know why it's not doing it. I like I emailed Zoom and they told me what to
320.
do.
Yeah, 480, 320. But it's a split. We're just giving one number to it. But yeah, 160, 240, 320.
All right, let me
Yeah, I got
check.
that 160 res going right now. Low latency. It's all low latency.
I don't think you're on 160. He said 360. Oops, caps. Um,
Nah, it's 360. Whatever it is, it's low res.
yeah, it's supposed to be high. It's supposed to be 720. I don't know. It's good enough. People can kind of see you.
Yeah.
Um,
Everybody's checking off. They're like, he's too blurry. I'm out of here. He's running analog right now. He's supposed to be a digital pilot.
Props off's probably having a heart attack. Are you okay, Props off?
He's drinking himself silly.
He he Props off says he believes it's a screen capture administrator.
Is that me on my side or your side? That's you, right?
Yeah. He's saying it's on my Streamlabs, but I don't know.
I wouldn't sweat it.
I might try
That
Props
nap
off.
tap.
I might try something for you, Props off, just to try something.
Kazi, what up?
I'll probably uh I'll probably change something that'll mess up, but I'm gonna try it for Props off. Let me see.
I ain't tripping, man. Like that low res. Low res.
I want to try this here.
Man, I wouldn't even sweat it, dude. I look cute. I look way better when I'm all fuzzed out like that. Reminds me of my old day videos. All blurred out. I used to blur my face in my videos too. If my face ever like came into the video, I full blur it.
That's funny.
Yeah, man.
Uh, I'm I'm still gonna try something just for props off, because I know he's freaking out. He's uh, I'll see if it works.
Still fuzzy.
I don't think it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it.
Fuzzy. I like that. Fuzzy Phantom. I'm gonna change my screen name. Fuzzy Phantom.
Let me see.
Or maybe just Fuzzing. Or PH. Fuzzy FPV. Coming at you with the blur.
All right. I think that made it worse, but let me see. I'm about to make you. Crap. I'm trying to.
Dude, somebody plugged in on me. Concrete Bone FPV. I got plugged in on. I'm on channel 3. Somebody plugged in on 3, blurred me out. Nappy's plugged in on me.
Oh boy, yeah, the
We
screen.
got we got a decontrol channels right now, man. I'm getting stepped on. I got plugged in.
It sucks, man. Can you see me?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
Can you
I got
see
you.
me though?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's one thing that I accomplished by messing around. Um, Before people they couldn't see me when we were streaming. Um, Let me see.
Very good.
I'm gonna see if you are clear this way. You're not. I tried to capture you with
Oh, another screen.
another way, and it's not working.
Here, let me change. I'm gonna change to channel 6. Hold tight.
Plug it in.
Plug in on channel 6. Hold up.
Yeah, props off. I tried something different. We're good. This is what's weird, man. Like if I play YouTube videos and stuff, it's fine. Like if I would play a YouTube video right now, like one of your videos, it would be clear. It'd be in HD just fine. But then your camera's not.
That's wild. I wonder if it is on my end. If I'm like, I don't want to lose a stream.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry
Yeah,
about it.
so-
We're all right. King Keek said you might be too zoomed in. That's why I made him smaller. Like I had a other overlay, but I went back to this old one. If somebody's on a computer, let me know if he looks any better. I made you smaller.
Give me a baby head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear on my end.
Is that better?
Oh no.
But now people can't see you.
That's all good, man.
If somebody's watching on a computer, does he look better that when he's that small? I'm
It's the
trying to
same. Hey,
It's the same.
I need to make him bigger. Make me bigger. I'll get closer to the camera.
Yeah, you look the same to me, I guess. Now he's a little fuzzy Phantom. All right, I'll worry about
All good, man.
this another time. It sucks though, 'cause I thought I had it, or I actually thought Props Off had it. He's the one that researched it forever. Shout out to Props Off. Now you just went. Did I turn you off, or did you turn yourself off? There you go. Are you trying to switch channels?
No, I just messed it up.
No, you're good
No,
now.
I'm looking at my thing. It says I'm in drive mode. So maybe that's why. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's all good. Thank you, Lambo. Um,
Yeah, we'll keep doing it.
yeah, like
Probably have to dip.
I can't change too many settings as when I'm streaming anyway.
Yeah, end up dropping them.
Yeah, and then like
Next time, man, we'll just have to do it again. We'll get the video right next time.
I know
What's
pro-
you got? What what other questions you got? You got we all tapped out?
yeah, I mean I'm good whenever, man. Does
All
anybody
right.
want to ask Phantom anything? We'll do a giveaway. Uh,
Anybody want to know what color hair I have?
uh, Thank you, Fly Zone. Um, Let me double check. We're gonna give away a. You guys can ask Phantom any questions, and we're gonna give away a Fly Tribe shirt, a Billy Hackett, uh, um, a Billy Hackett issue, and
Heck yep.
let me
Got
make
some
sure
cigs to give away.
let me make sure I don't say anything wrong.
I guess you can't say that now. YouTube's gonna shut your channel down.
I didn't hear what you said, so
I was replying to Zorlock.
all right, we're gonna give away a. It'll be all one giveaway. It'll be a Fly Tribe T-shirt, a Billy Hackett issue, some battery straps, and a keychain. So
Uh-oh.
if you want to enter, say type in Phantom. You want to enter? Do you want to enter Phantom too?
Oh no, you can
Uh,
use me to double up on somebody.
and thank you, Fly Tribe. Go get your
Yeah, thank you.
Fly Tribe's subscription in. Go buy some merch from them. They're nice enough to hook me up with giveaways. And sorry for the blurry video.
All
Props off.
good.
Props off is on that. I bet props off probably has like 3 solutions for me to try
We'll have
right
it fixed
now.
by the end of this stream.
And everybody go sub to props off. He does a lot of good content. He helps a lot of people out, including myself. He knows everything in FPV. He's an OG too.
The Fly Tribe coming in, dude. Love y'all. Love the magazine.
Let me
It's
see.
like it's the Trans World Thrasher. It's all of them of FPV.
Yeah, they're super cool. Love the idea.
Yeah, it's a genius, big time. I need to get that Billy Hackett autographed one.
I think we can make it happen. Billy, we need an autograph. Oh, one thing I just thought of that was like really cool when you had that kid. Well, Little Ripper was that his name? Sign your
Yeah,
stuff.
Lil Ripper. Yeah,
That's freaking awesome, dude. Like he'll
can't believe you
remember.
remember that. Yeah, good memory, man.
I
I'm
know.
still rocking that thing.
I remember I saw it. I'm like, man, that's like super cool. Like that dude, that kid will remember that forever.
Lil Ripper.
Isn't he like 7 or 8 or something like that?
Yeah, he was a young kid. I think a little older than that, but yeah, he was a young kid. Yeah, man. Definitely need that Billy. That's what Fly Tribe should start doing, sending out autographed copies. Special edition. Get that special edition autograph copy.
Like the golden ticket.
That's right.
All right. Somehow I start
Uh-oh.
messing up. Did anybody ask any questions?
No, uh-uh.
I know you guys got some questions for Phantom. Crap. I just wrote Ola down twice. Or Ola. I always
Pretty
say
dope.
Ola.
Most of the people in the chat I know already. Been long time subscribers and followers for a hot minute.
Somehow I I went back on the chat and started writing the same people down again. I was like, dang. I did. You can set the stream up to spin automatically, but it doesn't work all the time. Right, and it's one less thing I want to worry about, so I just do it the old-fashioned way.
Oh, you're penciling them in.
Yeah,
That's
I'd be like you can like have like a like I could have them type in like
that's that
Phantom, and
exposure
then
show.
it would automatically do it. But then like I did it, and half the time it works and half the time it doesn't. Yeah, so I'll write them all down, then I'll do a spin though. Um, I think I got everybody. All right, guys, I have Props Off, Jimmy, Olay, Flanny, Smags, Lambo, Concrete, Bone, Sergio, Orlock, Joshua Tree, Tobias, That Guy Grand, Props Off,
Oh
and
man,
Fly Zone.
you started a fire here. Can't put guns on the chat. Hobby, that was a good one. Can kick. I would say I do have more hobbies than just FPV, but FPV is the one I've focused on the most. And I'll tell you, Smags too. Like on the bando side, I like any and all bandos, man. Like anything I can get into. I don't have anything like we definitely don't have bandos like Big Oily, like Pittsburgh area, Pennsylvania. They just tear them down. Like as soon as they're vacant, man, they just rip them down here. So we don't. Everything's like a brando. But yeah, on the hobby side, I got too many hobbies. But FPV is the easiest one for me to do all the time, and that's I think why I stuck with it the most. And it's the most versatile out of all my hobbies too. Like going to the range, love to shoot, but like that's a whole like half a day, hacking up, load out, go set up, do the whole deal. Like it's painful. The props, man, HQ all day. I love Gym Fan too, like Gym Fan Mike. Don't get me wrong, but HQ is like they're my props, most durable, all the things. The hmm, what else? I'm a Sig guy. I used to be a Glock guy, and then I got my first Sig, and I was like, nope, no more Glocks. And then Impossible Gap. Hmm. I think I still need to stick that smokestack thing perfectly clean. That one's still been like hanging over my head for years. It's like one of these days I'll go up there and just stick that thing clean and be done with it totally. But that one's hovering over for at least another year because I can't get out there often. I will say when I just went to Australia and my dude out there, it was Box FPV. I'm trying to remember the name of the I think it's Box FPV, the store that's in the area we were at. Picked up the old school R40 or yeah, R42s. Can't say them. That screen. R42s. But I've been flying the R42s. They're not as durable as the HQDPs I've been flying for a long time, but they fly better. I get more performance. I feel like they're a lot tighter, more responsive, but they're definitely not as durable as my HQDPs. Man, you guys see the Basher, if you're watching the Basher videos,
Didn't
like
you
the
used
frame bash.
didn't you used to fly some crazy prop for a while or for a long time?
Yeah, the HQDPs.
Is that what
I've been
they
on
were?
those. Yeah, I've been flying those for probably 5 or 6 years. And that's like, I swear by that prop because you can just char through a forest and come out the other side and still be flying. They're insane. That and I'm still flying Popo.
That's what I
I'm,
was talking about.
I'm the only pilot in the world still on Popo. But I think that's about to come to an end because they have like completely discontinued Popo. But that same shot, Box FPV, and I think it's Bob. Man, I'm screwing that up. I feel like I'm screwing it up. But he sold me a ton of Popo motors while I was over there, like dirt cheap. My man Lovers FPV hooked it up, made the introduction, and me and Stingy went out there, and I got like at least another 6 month stash of Popo props, so I'm good for a while. Flanny, I'll tell you here's the deal on that, man. The You guys can't see them. I still Kevlar wrap everything, bro. I will always do that now forever. It I don't wear batteries out anymore ever. I haven't since started doing that like 6 maybe 8 months ago. I have destroyed zero batteries from like punctures. Now, zero batteries due to like 4 volts on a 6S. Yeah, I probably got a half a dozen of those that are just completely worthless now on my bench. Oh, hang on a sec.
All right, guys, I'm almost done writing all these down.
Yeah, the Kevlar stuff, the ultra lightweight polyethylene, man, that stuff is legit. The aside from that, I think what was there was another question. The Popo collab, yeah, I try to do a Popo collab with a couple people and it just didn't work out. And actually, I think the Popos need a little bit of a redesign. I don't think they absolutely 100% need a little bit of a redesign to be better. Um, I think if they had like a V2 of the Popo, it would definitely make them a lot better, and people will probably get back on that train a little bit. But the yeah, I don't. Unfortunately, though, right now, I think it's like the end of an era. What is it? Polyethylene, ultra lightweight.
Hey, King
I
Keek,
mean,
are you still in here? Did King Keek enter the giveaway? I have him on here. I think he did.
yeah. Let's see. You can pretty much find that stuff. So I still haven't gotten it in a form factor that is convenient because of the so many varied types of like batteries. I think what I could do is because I found a better way to cut it now. I don't use a razor blade. Razor blades are terrible. It takes like an hour to cut through that thing. But I got shears now that'll just like I can wrap a battery in 2 minutes flat now, so it's no problem. So like all my batteries are wrapped up because it's so easy to cut. And then that got grand, yeah, bro. I punctured. I wear batteries out. That's why I tried to find a solution for it because I was just blowing batteries up constantly, poking cells. I would take like a brand new pack and hit something so hard, and it would just ram up against my Action 2 mount, and the screw would just like puncture a cell. But the lipos I use though, the lunar landers don't have all the like most of these heavier batteries have that aluminum wrap around to give you a little bit of extra protection. That little soft aluminum casing. The lunar landers don't have that. They only have like a little bit of aluminum protection on top, but the back is fully exposed and the sides are fully exposed, so they're a little bit easier to damage. But most batteries in the industry right now have like a wrap, like an aluminum wrap. So not 100% necessary for the Kevlar, but if you never want to ever break a battery or tear a battery up puncture wise, like that stuff works. Kind of goes without saying. I don't have any links to the Kevlar. That ultra lightweight polyethylene. If you just look it up, and I'm not really sure the thickness either, because what I was doing is I was buying like old body armor and then cutting it out of that. But there's like way better ways to do it now. Like, I think that you can just get it in a sheet, like a big sheet of it.
All right, I have the wheel ready to spin.
Oh yeah, send it.
Um, I will probably
It knows.
I'll just I'll get rid of you for a second, and then I mean you'll still be on here. You won't be on screen. It'll be easier if I just do away with you for like a second. Hold on, and then you'll be clear probably. The wheel will be nice and clean. All right, guys. I want to move that up. Make it big. It's easier that way. Um. All right, guys. Thank you, Fly Tribe.
Oh, here we go. Yay time.
Let me see if it's better whenever I go like
Who's
this.
gonna win? Get that Gucci pack.
I want to see what
Fuzzy
happens.
pack. So he's about to get that fuzzy pack.
It's probably clean now. Like it looks good. This wheel.
Oh, here we go.
I want to make sure it's big. Make sure you guys can see it for a spin.
Oh, it's full screen right now, man. We can't see the winner though. It's pointing up at the.
All right. I don't know
You
why
got to
it's
turn the
doing
screen
that.
around.
I'll fix that. That's why I wanted to wait. I wanted to wait till. Um,
Evo.
oh, I know why it's like
And a
that.
hot man.
It's like that
It's
because
like
I had you cut off some, is what it was. Well, crap. Yeah, I don't know why it's cutting it off. Um, let me see.
and you'll still be able to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody, I think you can see. I think it comes like right across. I think it's like right across the front anyway, but I don't know why it's doing that. Let me try it one more time.
You got it full screen, big time.
Let me try this, and then yeah, we should be.
Big time.
It should be good. All right, I want to make sure. All right, guys, here we go. Good luck, everybody. I tried to crop
Crop
it,
it.
fly
Yep.
zone.
Game time. Get serious.
Congratulations, Tobias.
Is it spinning?
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, here you go.
It should be. You should be able to see it.
Tobias. Yay, yay.
Yep, everybody can see it. Cool. That's what I was worried
There
about.
it is. Yeah. Oh, it's full screen now.
Yeah, I don't know why it did that. Usually it's easy.
Happy
Um,
birthday.
yeah, Tobias just won the last like 2 or 3 giveaways ago. I think you're really fuzzy now when you're full screen.
Dang, that's perfect.
Um,
That worked out.
I'll make you a little kind again, and then we'll be good. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you, Fly Tribe. Everybody,
Thanks, Fly Tribe.
go get your Fly Tribe magazine. Go get your merch. Go get battery straps from them. They are really cool to give me stuff to give away to you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you, Props
Dude.
Off, and thank you, Phantom. Go check out Phantom's his smokestack dive.
Dude,
First
Nappy,
one ever.
thanks so much for having me on, brother. I really appreciate it. Enjoyed it, man.
That's cool, man. I appreciate you coming on, and I didn't realize
Dude,
you were such an OG. That's cool.
crusty bastard.
But all right, guys,
Half-Life.
you want to say anything before we go?
Appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a good week.
See you guys.
Go Rip some